Okay, what's up? Here we go. We got Dustin McPhetridge, wrestling dude, East Tennessee. We're going to be reviewing him. He's probably my favorite Predator, and I love Wall's review of him, especially the interrogation. He's probably my favorite Predator, and that's probably my favorite interview of Walls's. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's put our own spin on it and laugh at this guy because there's some great stuff in here.
That's him coming at you.
Yep, I see him.
He would have a cane. He has cerebral palsy.
No, you come in.
Come here.
He drove up as close as he could to the...
There's the what is it, bluish purple PT Cruiser. It's a weird color. That has got to be the fucking most no disrespect to anyone who has that car, but that is the ugliest car I've ever seen.
You come in. He drove up as close as he could to the door so he didn't have to walk as far because he has the cane. I told him to come on inside and he finally agreed.
Meet Dustin McPhetridge. He's 26 years old, divorced, suffers from cerebral palsy, and collects Social Security benefits.
26, divorced, and collects benefits. I'm 26. I feel like this guy's lived a whole lot more than I have.
He's driven 5 hours to have sex with a girl.
And also 5 hours. There's not many things I would drive that far for. You know, one way. 5 hours one way. I don't think sex is one of them, if I'm being honest. I don't think sex is one of them, but that's just me, my personal opinion.
Posing as a 13-year-old. As you'll find out, this isn't his first time chatting inappropriately with a minor.
He's referencing the Japanese steakhouse story, which is the dumbest shit ever. It's in his interrogation if anyone hasn't seen it.
Our decoy Casey starts to feel sorry for him as she watches him struggle to get out of the car. But then she remembers what he'd been saying online.
When you listen to him talking, he really is no different. He still is wanting to have sex with a little girl.
Using the screen name Wrestling Dude East Tennessee, he asks the girl if he could be her first at sex.
What have you done with a guy?
Nothing.
Wow. So I'd be your first at everything?
Yeah.
After he tells the decoy about his disability, he moves on to talking about anal and oral sex. He asks if he can shave her private parts.
There it is again. Why do they all ask that? Can I shave you? It's the oddest fucking request. You know, what thrill do you get out of shaving hair off? It's so disgusting.
Later makes a rather bizarre request.
Send me a pair of your panties. Pick a pair you want me to have and wear them for 2 or 3 days straight.
For reals?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty odd. I've heard of that before. It is fucked up, but I have heard of that before, believe it or not. Not with a 13-year-old and a 26-year-old with cerebral palsy, but I have heard of it before.
He also asks her if he can have a three-way with the decoy and her sister, and he repeatedly...
Yeah, that's fucked. The sister who is 8, I think, from memory. I haven't read the chat log in a while. Not the whole thing anyway, so... Yeah, so all sympathy goes out the window, really, doesn't it? When someone says something like that.
He asks the girl to marry him. When they make a plan to meet, he tells her he'll bring an electric razor. KBI Commissioner David James watches on a monitor as McPhetridge comes into the house.
You first look at him and you see him and you could say that I felt a little bit sorry for him, a little bit. And then you remember why we're here. You know, what...
Yep, that's fair. I think everyone probably felt like that. I like this guy too. I wish he made more appearances.
Whether he has cerebral palsy or not, he still was there to molest a child.
That's
and
pretty cool, right?
There's no excuse for molesting a child. I don't care what it is.
So what's up?
Nothing.
And what's up with this? The Bluetooth earpiece. You know, that would have been state of the art in 06. You know, that would have been this guy's he's into gadgets, eh? He's quite technical. He's quite technical. He can build a computer, we know that. You know, he's got the Bluetooth earpiece. I'm surprised he doesn't have a cell phone on a belt. That would have been next, like Maurice Wallen.
Did you bring the razors?
Yeah.
Like, what? What shoes are those? What are you wearing? I don't want to rip on him too much because he probably looked cool back in 2006, but I don't want to get personal on that level. Like, I just want to laugh at the stupid shit he says, but it's hard not to laugh at his fucking ridiculous get-up.
So what did you want to do with them? I was kind of confused.
I'll show you later.
Can you just tell me, please? I won't come here if you don't tell me.
And that's a little bit... I think that's a little bit playing on it. You know, I won't come here if you don't tell me. I know you can't get up and get me, so I won't come here if you don't tell me, you know? That's what I kind of felt like she meant anyway.
I thought she was wanting to be shaved. Down there.
And I always say that too, just to my girlfriend or to myself. I thought you was wanting to be shaved. You know, it's so much fun.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, that's what you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
That's not...
I'm
whatever.
kind of nervous. I'd rather, like, talk about it first so I kind of know. You know what I mean?
What do you want to talk about, sweetie?
And like that dumb look on his face. Like she said she wants to talk about it. You know, like... What do you want to talk about? You know, he's in his mind. He's just there for sex and there for shaving you and there for having a three-way with the decoy's sister. You know, she wants to talk about it, but you know, what are we going to talk about? What do you think we're going to talk about?
Well, like,
It just annoys me. It just bothers me when he says that.
tell me what you're going to do so I'm, like, kind of prepared.
It's just easier to explain it as we go on.
Yeah. And I always do that hand movement, that little like wave. How do you go back? I gotta see that again. I gotta see that again for the 20th time.
It's easier to explain it as we go along
There it
before
is.
I do
It's
it.
perfect.
Well, like, what would you do first?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to hold you.
And then what?
And kiss you, that's why I was asking you to come over here.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but...
Yeah, I won't force you to do anything, sweetheart.
And this world ended. You know, this look on his face. That's, you know, in his mind he's fucked. But it takes him a while to admit it. You know, as seen in the hour and a half long interview.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh man, that would be the worst.
Well, I wasn't going to do nothing.
You weren't going to do anything.
No.
Why don't you tell me what your plan was tonight, huh?
I didn't bring nothing with me. I didn't do nothing bad, and I would never force nobody to do anything against their will, sir.
What you don't fucking realize is that a 13-year-old cannot legally give consent. So you forcing or not doesn't make any difference, Justin. I know you understand that. You do know that. But you're gonna play the victim. You know, play on your cerebral palsy, Paulsy, or however the fuck you palsy. You know how he spells it in his fucking chat. How do you not even know how to spell? You know, what's wrong with you? I'm not laughing at the cerebral palsy. I'm just laughing at this fucking idiot's, you know, stupidity.
But you did bring some things with you tonight.
I brought a razor.
A razor. And what were you going to do with the razor?
I thought she wanted to be shaved down there, and I thought she said
Oh, look at that. Look at that right foot twitching away. I never noticed that before.
she was 17 or something.
Well, I've got the transcript right here.
I believe that, sir.
Right. He was told online she was 13, and he even referred to her young age several times, wishing she was 5 years older. And as for all the explicit sex talk...
I was trying to see if I could find out if that was a cop or so.
What? So what? Oh, I'll let him finish his sentence.
I didn't waste those
Well, it sounds like
times.
it sounds like what you're trying.
You were trying to figure out if it was a cop, so you didn't waste the cop's time? This guy might be stupider. Oh my god! Now I'm dumb. This guy might be stupider than Lorne. It's even like in his interrogation when he says, you know, he admits to having child porn on his computer, and then he says to the detective, John Didinsky, "I'll go home and delete it. I'll go through every CD I have." You know, like, how stupid can one human being be? How stupid?
What I see is if you could score with a 13-year-old.
Score. If you could score.
No, sir.
I mean, have you chatted online with underage girls before?
Quite honestly, I had one time before.
A young girl.
Yeah.
He says he was chatting with a 14-year-old girl, and the girl's mother's boyfriend was a cop who found out about it and wanted to press charges.
Chris Hansen just really summarized that story, which is good because it is a lot longer than that. But this idiot could have done that, but he just took the long route and explained every fucking Japanese steakhouse detail. That, I'm sure people know what I'm talking about, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, then it's in his interrogation.
It never went to trial. I apologized and everybody.
Did you plead guilty or no contest?
We didn't go to court. It was just over the phone and like, hey, I'm sorry. This is why I said that.
Was it a scary situation to you?
Yeah.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem so tonight.
And I didn't, like I said, I wouldn't do nothing bad.
You say, I want to make love to you. Have you ever seen people have sex?
It's just
Then
curiosity.
you send her a picture of people having sex.
Of people? Like, what people?
I thought she asked for it.
She asked for it. She didn't ask for it. You sent it to her. And even if she did.
Chris getting a little soft voice on, you know. I don't know why he changes his tone there. Why would you change your tone? Emphasis, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to be sending stuff like that to somebody who says they're 13.
But instead of taking responsibility, he tries to blame it all on the decoy.
She was wanting me to come up here and see her so bad, and I didn't want to disappoint her.
You're a grown man.
I know.
What do you think should happen to you?
Don't know. I don't.
Exiled to an island?
Well, there's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Oh,
We're doing a story on adults who try to meet young teens online for sex.
It's all wrong in my part, but she led me on a little too. I understand both ways.
I mean, she's not.
She led me on a little bit too, but I understand both ways. Yeah, that's Lorne stupid. That might even be dumber than fucking Lorne.
Driving the train here. You're the grown-up.
She's not driving the train. Who says that as well? Who's driving the train?
I know.
Now, you get that, right?
Yeah, that's stupid on my part.
As he heads for the door,
Yeah, get the fuck out. It's all stupid on your part. You could have avoided this, like I say every time. There's no such thing as she led me on a little bit too, because she's 13.
Dustin doesn't seem to know that officers from the Warren County Sheriff's Office are waiting to arrest him.
Dustin, take a step.
I've never known. Is his name Dustin or Justin? I don't know. I don't know which name it is. I've heard both so many times. I've blurred the lines between Dustin and Justin.
Out, okay? Take a step out.
Okay. Okay.
Because of his disability, officers are careful taking him into custody.
And look at them helping him down. He's perfectly fine. He walked in there fine. Why do you need to, you don't need to help him.
I thought they said I wasn't under arrest.
No, he didn't say you're not under arrest. He said you're free to walk out that door. The Dateline NBC guy said I wasn't under arrest. No, he didn't say that. You're lying.
I wouldn't hurt nobody.
While he's being booked, his car is searched.
Braun electric razor.
Braun. I've got a Braun electric razor, and it's... I wouldn't really recommend it. It's quite expensive, and it's gone blunt already, and I'm not that hairy. I'm not a hairy guy, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend a Braun electric razor, Dustin.
Some
Justin.
KY.
What does that say? KY touch massage.
Lubricant.
If I know this girl is a sure thing, I'm gonna throw some KY in the truck.
And digital camera as well.
Sure.
Then he's brought in for questioning, where he admits to bringing
There it is, the interview. The interrogation with John Didinsky.
a razor and lubricant.
What were you going to use it for?
I guess,
Was it in case you had sex with her?
yeah, but I was going to try not to.
But you would have had sex if you hit it off with her.
If we got along and I thought it was a meaningful relationship, honestly, then yeah.
Again,
Oh,
he says
boy.
he's not the only one to blame.
Boy.
The girl teased him.
This guy's fucking IQ must be 75. I'd love to know what it is.
Into comment.
She called me today, want me to come up here.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were telling her you were her boyfriend, right? You wanted to marry her.
After she's 18,
Okay.
if we got along.
And how does he explain the picture he sent?
I mean, the one part of me, you know this guy's just a fucking loser. And I do think he has been discriminated against. I do believe that, I don't know, it's just a little soft side I have. I'm not saying what he did was, he did the fucking wrong thing, obviously. But I can, I don't want to say it, but I can kind of, if you had cerebral palsy and, you were a fucking loser. Like, I'm not saying it would drive you to do this, but I don't know what I'm saying. I just feel a little bit sorry for him, for his disability. I think that's what it is. Because I don't know why I sympathize, but I do. But he's still a fucking idiot. He shouldn't have done it. That's the bottom line. He knew better, and he did it. There's thousands of people who would have had cerebral palsy, and they didn't do stupid shit like this. So it really is on you, Justin. Just why would you do such a thing? Why?
Because she said she'd never seen a penis before.
Mm-hmm. Why does a girl that age have to see one?
I don't have no answer for that one.
He admits that he probably possesses child pornography.
There's probably a few photos and a few videos.
Yeah, and like I said before, all sympathy goes out the window for obtaining that. Like, you need to go to a fucking doctor. You know that's against the law.
I had downloaded.
Have you ever met anybody in any other chat rooms that you've had sex with?
Yes.
Any of them underage?
No, sir.
I don't believe that. I would believe that he's not telling the full truth there.
Dustin
It doesn't look that convincing.
Jacob McPhetridge.
Later, he goes before a judge where he enters a not guilty plea.
Your bond will also be $50,000 cash.
Could I be signed over to the custody of my mother?
No, sir.
Okay. Can
I'll see you Friday.
She gets her vehicle back?
I'll see you Friday at 9 a.m.
Okay.
That's him.
Oh, that's it. That's the whole thing. I might do his interrogation, well, maybe soon. But if you liked it, give it a like, and thank you to all my subscribers that thank you to anyone that watches my videos, because I like making these videos and they're a lot of fun to make. So if you like them, please subscribe, and I'll continue making more and try and make them different. And if you want to see something in particular, then just write it in the comments or do whatever people do on YouTube, and I'll see you on the next one.